Dum-dum-dum. Ta-dum-dum-dum. Are we on? Oh, it says we're on. It says we're... Oh, where's my biscuit tin gone? Donis, can I have my biscuit tin, please?
It just came into
Very, very technical stuff here. Very technical indeed.
It comes into the shop though.
What my biscuit tin does? Oh, tickle to that. It's like high-tech biscuit tin is this, you know. A very high-tech biscuit tin. Because if I have my high-tech biscuit tin, the thing about... Am I live now?
I think so.
All right. Well, anyway, the thing about a high-tech biscuit tin is that my iPad is up to the same level as the Camerera. And if my iPad's the same level as the Camerera, I can read this, well, reckoning on that I'm looking at you. So, yeah. I don't think I am live.
No, I've no idea.
Well, it says I'm live. I'm live! I'm alive. I've even got friends. I've got 9 friends. So let's see who's here. Let's have a look at you. Let's be seeing you. Anyway, so you got that about the high-tech biscuit tin, did you? Pat, Pen, Sharon, Win. Hello, hello. Right, so let's let people arrive. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not prepared. Everyone will be surprised. But... you know, it's just one of those things. Margaret, if you're there, we're just going to wing it and see if you can join. Yeah, biscuit tins are so useful. It's a posh biscuit tin anyway. It's Belgian chocolate biscuit tin. So, you know, we're living it large. So, hiya, Sally. What's it like in Scotland? Is it chilly? Have you still got snow? Because it's blooming today. Do you know, -8 this morning. Went, roots done, look, roots done. Even got a bit of a twirly-whirly there going on. I'll need to give it a zhuzh myself. So, yeah, went down to the hairdressers this morning. I thought, I'll just have a look. On the phone, you know, have a look. Temperature in Settle. -8. No, sorry, -10. It was -8 last night. Minus 10. Whoosh. So no wonder we were all chilly-willy. There won't be a lot of procreating going on around town at the minute because everyone was shriveled up. So, right, where's my comments gone? I've just knocked you all off. So we've got Pat, biscuits tins are useful. Sue, hi. Jeanette, hi. Sophie, did someone mention biscuits? Well, to be frank, we mentioned biscuit tins. Have I got any nice tins down here? Probably, somewhere. I'm on the Slimming World. The contents can go and whoosh, but it's what's in them. In fact, I did a post on Instagram. I'm going to say, Donis, you've a voice like a foghorn. Shh. I did a post on Instagram. It must be...
Excuse me?
Oh, who rattled your cage?
In that kettle calling pot?
Look, I'm the celebrity here. You're the support crew.
All right. The tree's no good without its roots, you know.
Well, I'm not a tree, so that sorts that out, doesn't it? Anyway. Oh, Julia messaged about the bag pattern today. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, so anyway, this Instagram post I put up about a year ago. I should share it, really. I don't know why, but there's a guy dressed as a woman. I think it would have been just as funny, or funnier, if it had been a woman, because we can do our own humour. We don't need a fella to do it for us. So, he's got this biscuit tin, and he tips it in the bin, and then he puts sewing stuff in, and that's that. And it went viral. Oh, gosh. So, people, thousands and thousands of people were commenting and sharing and liking. Couldn't use my phone. All these comments were like dropping in. I'm thinking, oh gosh, this is what it's like being viral. I'm not really sure I want to be viral. You can't use your phone when you've gone viral. So anyway, oh, Glow's watching. Hello, Glow. Fiona says, hello, am I late or were you late? Absolutely love my parcel today. Oh, delighted you've got your parcel. Well, if you were late, then we were both late. No, we weren't. We weren't late. We were here. We just perhaps weren't alive. So, Pat says, M&S biscuit tins are posh. It is M&S. You're right. We are posh. It's official. And you're right. I do look glamorous, darling. And we
You've
on
got some
Finsta.
messages on YouTube
Oh,
as well.
hey, Claire Cranston's on YouTube. Myra Little, how was your new year? And bloody cold in Scotland, can he get in my greenhouse? Is that because that's where you go for peace and quiet, Myra? I like it. Yeah, New Year was quiet. It was wonderfully quiet. This one here said, do you want to go to Leeds? Do you want to go to Leeds? Like she's a teenager, you know. You're oldest teenager in town, you and your chap. And I went, no, I'm not. So it's the first New Year's Eve in 8 years since I started doing telly that I haven't been on the telly at New Year. And every New Year, I'm absolutely whacked. I'm utterly wasted when I get home. So I just decided this year I just wanted to just chill. No running about, no off down with teenagers down to Leeds.
I missed a good night.
I might have missed a good night, but there's always a worry that you two will get arrested with your shenanigans.
I think I'm past that now.
Oh, she says that, but hang on a sec. Let's think Boxing Night.
That was Gary, not me.
Well, I don't know, because you nearly clobbered your husband, so it could have been you. Donnis over there. Donnis over there, he had hardly anything, to be fair. He just had a few cans of either cider or lager or whatever he's on. I'm driving. It's bitter, yeah. I'm driving, so I'm like leading from the front. And Mrs. lives upstairs, so you go down a few steps, flatten out, down a few steps, flatten out. So he goes down the first few steps. Mrs. husband's got hold of Donnis and he's coming down. And I kid you not, just in an instant, he just turned into elastic. And his legs went, and everything went, and he dinks his head, hit the co-op wall, bash, and he's like, it's just like, you know, like, just think of a laughing Buddha that's been in the oven and melted a little bit. Put your hand down, Donnis. We're not coming to you. And he's like collapsed on the floor like a melted Buddha. And he went, I've hurt myself. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is tonight in A&E. So I'm like, oh, what have you heard? I've hurt myself. Have you hurt your arms? No, they're all right. Have you hurt your legs? No, they're all right. I'm thinking, oh God, what's he hurt? What have you hurt, darling? I don't know. Anyway, got up, legs like elastic. You were escorted into the car. Get in there. Shove him in. That's him done. Come on, Donnis, have you pound of flesh?
Yeah, it has been suggested at work.
You don't have to shout. We've got technology.
It has been suggested at work that you pushed me.
I was in front of you, you plank.
We're only taking your word for it.
Louise's parcel arrived today and she loved it too.
Oh, change the subject.
Pen's parcel arrived and she loves hers. And Pauline says, hello everyone. And we go, hi Pauline. And Jules says hello. And Jackie Lord, hello Jackie Lord, how we diddling? Karen Foy's watching from, what's it like in Ireland, Karen? Is it chilly over there? Because you seem to get it all a day before we do. And
Yeah,
Wendy's here. And Donnis, pipe down please. So, yeah, and we've had a lovely message from one of our friends who's in hospital today. So I'm not going to say a name because if she wants a name out, she'll come on here. But if you're in hospital or you're feeling ill or, you know, you've got one of these blooming awful blooming lurgies, there's 4 around, isn't there? Flu, COVID, norovirus, and then a new like flu type thing. Ugh, well, I don't want them. But if you've got one or your loved one's got one, let's send you lots of love. In fact, if your loved one's got one, put up a wall. Let's keep safe. Anyway. Right, where are we? Oh, we've got Kim Bowden. Kim Bowden's a newbie. Hello, Kim. So let's welcome Kim to our community. Hello, Lisa. So Kim, every Wednesday afternoon, 3:00, we do a Work It Out Wednesday where you all tell me what we should do on a Friday. And then 6:30 on a Friday, we go live on Facebook, on YouTube, and if we can manage it, Instagram, but we're not very good on that. And then I do what you've all asked me to do. I waffle around a bit first and, have a little waffle. So I'm best at waffling than I am at anything else, to be honest. Yes, it's very cold in Ireland. Ooh, yeah, it's very cold here as well. But anyway, so, right, we've got a few of you in the house. Oh, Donis, I've got a task for you. In the box, you see the box near the door with the lid off? I think it's the box underneath. Can you get the bag that's got the house on, please? Because we're going to show somebody that. So, right, on Wednesday, I was making hard work of that. On Wednesday, you said you wanted to look at bag stuff. Now, I haven't had time to sort anything out in advance because I've been having my roots done all day. And yesterday was quite bonkers. Yeah, well done. Not well done. Welcome, Julia, to the Wednesday. So I've got some bag stuff. Now, on Sunday, I'm on the Secret Sewing Club. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to extend the bag stuff over there because then we just get a chance to either look deeper, look better, look different. I don't know what we get a chance to do. But anyway, so my very good friends down at Empress, I got on to Charles and I said, I'm going to go. Pat, was he training for the Highland Fling? Don't put ideas in his head. I'm not going there. Probably. So anyway, I've got my, oh yeah, Charles, my very good buddy down at Empress Mills. I rang him up and I said, look, Charles, this is what people want. We want to do some bag stuff. How about on Secret Sewing Club on Sunday? You give me some bag stuff and we'll do it. So the Secret Sewing Club, like when you hover on the QR code, will take you to my website and you can buy it all. But I'm just going to take the order sheets down there and they'll post the bag stuff. I'm bobbing down to see them in the morning and we'll decide what exactly is going on. So I've got an exclusive chance here now. It'll be prim, right? I'm fairly certain it'll all be prim. And it'll be good stuff. Okay, so Jules is just busy cutting half square triangles for a wedding quilt for son and fiance, and we want to see that when you've done, Jules. So the prim stuff, I'm just going to hold up. If anybody wants to know how to use any of this stuff, message, and that's where we'll start. So we've got, and let me know what you want in the little bundle as well. So we've got base nails. Get them the right angle. So base nails, they are the feet, you know, the little studs on the bottom of your bag. So they make it, you can just see on the satchel there, in the right way. Can you see at the bottom of the satchel there's a couple of like studs? They are just like a little professional touch when you put them on the flyer jacket. When you put your bag on the floor, maybe it just lifts it a tiny bit. I mean, it depends. If you've got a saggy bottom, come on, Mary Berry there for a sec, then it's not going to keep anything out of the whatever's on the floor. But if you just like on a small little solid bag, or you just want it to look good, oh gosh, Jules is busy, then there's base nails. We can show you how to use them. Now, if we're doing base nails, we might as well have a look at magnetic fasteners. Because, sorry, I'm looking over there because I can see on the other screen how close I am, so I'm not ignoring you. It says magnetic bag fasteners there, again a prim one, so you know the prim stuff, it's a better kind of quality of stuff. And I'm looking at that. In fact, I'm going to just get some out of my box down here. I'm going to show you something. Because I'm always like this. Why would you buy prim when you can get other things cheaper? Right? Why would you do it? And I've just noticed something. So the prim stuff, let's just be straight. It's German engineering, and if we're talking German engineering, we know we're talking really good stuff. And that is what you're getting. You're getting quality. Now, I don't want to be disparaging to our friends in China, but our friends in China, let's not put too fine a point on it. A lot of the stuff's rubbish. So I've got, this is like your cheap and cheerful bag fastener. There's nothing wrong with that one. I'm going to open the prim one and I'm going to compare. So you get what you pay for. And oops, I'm just opening this, just bear with me a sec. So you've got your washers that are the same as the cheap ones. But I've got here, sorry, I need to put my specs on. Oh, I did a live with Adam last night. I look like the two Ronnies, not two Ronnies, Markham and Wise, you know, when he's doing that. Because I was in the house because I thought, cripes, I can't go down to the garden. It's too icy. Anyway, so I'm like scrunched up on the sofa and I couldn't see what we were doing, so I kept having to hold my glasses like that. I thought I looked like Eric Morecambe. Right, we're going to compare. So on your bag fastener, you have got, for obvious reasons, a male and a female. So one's got a sticky out bit and one's got an innie bit, and they fit in together. Now this is the cheaper version. It's a really strong magnet, which can't get it open now. There we go. It's a really strong magnet. Yeah. Now this is the Prim version. That is a really strong magnet. Gosh, I think that's actually a stronger magnet. That is a way stronger magnet. So the first one was a very strong magnet, and this one is an extremely very strong magnet. But I'm going to just compare the Prim. So the male part with the sticky out bit, there doesn't look like there's a lot of difference. And I'm looking at a silver one and a kind of brass coloured one. And the thickness, can you see the thickness?
Which one's the Prim one?
That one.
Right.
That one there. So the brass one. Yeah. Now they all come in all colours, so you can't judge it on that. But they are very thin, but the Prim one is just smidgingly thinner. You wouldn't really notice it, but that's smidgingly thinner. However, when you look at the Prim one compared to the Chinese one, I'm saying Chinese, it might not even be Chinese, but you know what we're saying. The cheaper model. That's the cheaper model. Look how thick that is. Compare it to the Prim one. Now, I think the Prim one, and this is the first time I've actually done a comparison. I'm a bit like, which magazine at the minute? The Prim one here, that is going to give you a much more professional finish because it is so much... Let's have a look. It's less than half the thickness. They're repelling each other, so it's difficult to get them side by side. Can you see how much thinner that is? So I think when you're looking at value for money, yes, they both work. That is a very strong magnet. We've no problem with that. But this one, the Prim one, is an even stronger magnet, and that's the two layers together. Look at the difference there. That is going to be way more discreet on your bag. So I think there's not a lot of price difference in it. So the Prim one is £4.20, and depending where you're getting them from, you're going to be looking £1.50, £2 for that. So for the extra money, I think you are getting quite a lot of finesse. Again, it depends what you're doing, it depends what you want, it depends what your level of making is, but that's your Prim one. Now we can show you how to use a magnetic bag fastener. I'm just going to look back at the messages, make sure I'm not missing anything. Jules loves the bag studs, makes your bag look more professional. Absolutely does. Hi Ed, Janet, hiya. Got a customer for alterations. Woohoo! Nice, money in the bank. Hi Sue Robinson. Oh, hi Jill Walters. Anybody who wants to jump in who thinks they know more than me, crack on, because I'm not an expert in anything. I just do stuff. Rosemary Hodges, hi, was just talking about you being on Missed the Beginning. Don't worry, Rosemary, you can always rewind, and there's never a beginning, it's just a continuous loop. So, Pen, Prim are good. Yes, Prim are good. So, I'm going to see Charles in the morning. Have a little think about what you want in the bundle. And I don't know what he's going to do on price, but we're going to put that together. So, we've looked at a posh bag fastener. If you want, we can look at how it's put on the bag. And then what have we got here? I've got purse frames. So there's a couple of different ones here. And do you know what I like about the Prim? I apologise, I didn't intend to be like a Prim salesperson at this moment. But when you buy the cheap ones on the pallet load from, you just get your bag and your purse frame. if you're buying the better quality stuff, and if I say better quality, that crosses all good makes, because I know you've got like Clover and Alpha and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what exactly their limits of their ranges are, but in these in particular, you're getting instructions, you're getting told how to use them. So for that little bit more spend, you are getting you're getting everything you need. So in here, let's have a look. Cutting pattern for machining with the Allegra, which this is called the Allegra. It says print out the cutting pattern, just trace it, grease screw paper, but you know what I like. Check the measurements if necessary, enlarge or reduce, and then transfer the black outline onto paper. It's small writing is this, now transfer onto there. Basically, you use that to make a pattern, which is this. You can see that fits on there, yeah. And then what you do is your bottom of your purse, you could just round it off and have a nice little purse. Or, you know, when you're doing like these big character things, you can go as big as you want. You can make a big old bag if you want, just off that little purse frame. It's exactly the same pattern. So if you're buying a purse pattern off me, and we've got a few going on, we're giving you, like, let me hold this up, we're giving you the full circle. But when you buy the better quality purse frames, etc., what you're getting is, you're getting, I know it's really obvious because you could trace that, but if you don't know that, you don't know that. You're getting the instructions there to go your own way and to do what you want. You can copy our stuff by all means, but that's the top bit, and then down here you can go with whatever you want. You can have, let's think, you could take somebody else's pattern. So let's say we've got a sewing purse, it's called Bunny Bobbins. It's really sweet, but I can tell you now that the purse frame we used is discontinued, which kind of is a bit of a problem if you want to do the kits. But you could use this at the top and then just put it onto our pattern. So you change the top and then use the existing bottom. So by doing that, you've made a pattern, you know, I'm going to use the word universal, but I don't know if that's the right one. And these here, let me just show you up to the camera. Can you see they've got the holes on? They're stitching holes. So on your fabric, you would turn down a seam allowance. Obviously this isn't to shape. So you've got your seam neatened there, and open your purse frame up, and you can see it's solid on one side and it's holes on the other. Now you're not going straight through, but that's going to be your inside, isn't it, on there? And then you'll you will place delicately your neatened seam in there, and then you can sew through. And the purse frame, I don't know how well you can see this if I tilt it a little bit. The purse frame, the side with the holes in, is slightly longer than the side without. So you can pass your needle in and out and you'll work through these holes, and that's how you will attach that to the top of your purse. So if you've never used a purse frame, let me just have a look at some messages. Yeah, Janet says definitely some are better than others. I mean, I don't want to be awful about the cheap ones, but I was at the shows one time, and there was, I won't even say the name of the company, but they were buying an awful lot of these from our friends in that country, and they were coming in on the pallet load, and I thought, oh great, I'll buy a few and I'll use them for kits. And I got them and took them back to my stand, and I'm having a look. I can't unfasten them. They don't unfasten. And I went back. I said they're faulty. they don't open. She said, oh, don't worry. Bends the things. Oh, it opens now. And I thought, oh, fair enough. But I don't want to buy even a cheap purse frame and find I've got to force these open risking snapping one, then have to go and buy another one, because 2 of the cheap ones, I'm sure you're going to be in the same ballpark cost-wise as a good one. Again, depends what you're making, depends who you're making it for. Where have I put the top for that one? Let's see if there's a price on it. Can't find where I've just whizzed it off to. But this one here, which is a small one, this is a good make, Prim again, £5.50. And from there, you can do exactly the same below on that one as you could here on this one. I'm working my way through. I've got all sorts down here. Do let me know if you want me to go in a certain direction, because I'm just working my way through. So we've got, hang on, Specky's on because I can't read. Agree with you, you get what you pay for. Prim is great quality. It is, Julia. Cheap ones don't come with instructions. Absolutely, we've just said that, yeah. She's got, Janet's got a lot of different sorts, mostly from threaders when they were on TV. The Christmas ones in the shops are usually cheap metal, and they don't, you're right, they do not close properly. Definitely a case of buy best, buy once, isn't it? So that's your purse frames there. We could get Charles to put some of those in. Now then, sorry, I'm just going to backstep a little bit. I looked at the magnetic bag fasteners and I looked at the base nails, and the reason is because they apply in the same way. So we can come back and we can do the demo on those if you want to. And then we've got here, I'm going to look at D-rings and things like that. So I've got here, it's called a snap hook. I like that. And we've got your regular D-rings. There we go. And we have got somewhere I have seen there are some rectangular D-rings. So that's just, oh, here we are. What size do you like? I'll have a word with him tomorrow. And also, what finishes do you like? Because I've got here that one, I don't know what colour you call that. Don't know, I can't read the German. We've got this kind of black metal look. We've got the gold metal look. We've got this isn't, well, that's like a steel look. What do you like? Let me know, because if you let me know, we can do more tailoring to suit what you want. There we go. So D-rings, we'll have a look at stuff like this if you want. We've got here all these different kinds. They all attach in a very, very similar way, so we can have a look at those if you want to. I've got here something that I've not actually used before personally, and it's a clasp set for a ribbon key. What do you think to those? £2.40 they are. If I turn it over, you know when you're doing like the little additions into your bag and you want to put the ribbon for the keys, which I love, by the way, because how many times have you got a big bag and you're like fishing around in the bottom of your bag? Well, when you've got one of these like chains, you like haul it up like you've gone fishing. I really like those. So we've got those. Oh, I'll tell you what else we've got. Where are we? So I held up a minute ago the snap hook, which was here. Now this is a different version of the snap hook. You see this here, and look at this. We've got a regular D-ring. I love this idea, and a snap hook, and that is a bag closure, and I love it because the D-rings match what's, let me take this off here. So that's the one that comes with the snap hook, and that's the D-ring that you'd put on, let's say, the other side of your bag there. So that makes just a cool fastener, isn't it? It's just quirky. There we go. Let's have a read at some comments. Right. Go back. Pat, can you get sliders? I've got some sliders here. Well, adjusting buckle, is that what you mean by a slider? So if that's what you mean, let me know. And if it's not what you mean, tell me what you mean. Wynne likes the antique looking bits and bobs. Yes, I do too. Well, I like it all. It just depends on the project. Sally, I'm looking for nickel hardware. So nickel, which of these do you call nickel? So that's the, where are we? That's kind of the black then we've got the gold, and then we've got the silver looking, like the steel looking stuff. So if I'm holding one up and giving it a different name, do let me know what you think. So Jules says she was just going to ask about key clasps, and Jill says those are held to attach. How do you do it without marking the metal? Ooh, right then, we're going to have a little think about that. I would probably put a cloth on. Where's my catch gun? I don't know whether this is showing. Look at that instruction there. So this one here, does that look, that photograph, does it look like they've put some cloth over it before they've put the pliers on? I think that's a possibility. So, sorry, your comments are coming in and I'm struggling to read and hold up at the same time because I'm covering the comments. So Jules was just going to ask about key clasps. Jill has an opinion on a key clasp. Janet, depends on the fabric, straps, etc. I'm using whatever the customer wants. Yeah, well, if you're making as a business, that's definitely that. Jules, I like the push lock ones, but I'm always worried about the mechanism that it'll break if the quality isn't the best. Push lock, do you mean this kind of thing? So that's called a tuck lock. That's the official name on the thing. Lynn, a daft question. There's not a daft question. A daft question, can we order them from you? I think you could tonight, but I'm seeing Empress tomorrow and they will dispatch. So it depends what you want. Post, like billing wise. Just put comments on. We'll just go for it. We'll just go for it. And Empress are good. Chicago screw clasps are good, but definitely fiddly. I don't know what one of those is, Janet, so you might have to just give us a bit more to go on. Yes, that's what I mean, for bag handles, so you can adjust the length. Right, now then, on these here, and we can have a look at them, there's actually no instructions on the back. But if you Google that, or maybe YouTube, you will get instructions. But I think I'm going to do a little booklet and I will put instructions on, and I'll show you in a minute what kind of booklet I'm going to do. Again, it's time, because Wednesday when we decided to do this, I haven't had any time to myself to get it done. Where are we? Right, Liz says leather hand sewing pins help hold the fabric into the frames while sewing and help a lot if you have arthritis. Hey, that's really good to know. I don't actually know what they are, leather hand sewing pins. And then Jules says you can get special clasp pliers. That's good to know. Donis, special clasp pliers, right? So if you're squeezing this kind of stuff up and you don't want to mark the metal, what would you use? It's the first time he's been quiet for a bit. Would you like to have a look?
No, you use something like a... Surely you just put a bit of cloth over it before you use normal pliers.
Well, I think that photograph there shows some cloth on the back. But
Yeah.
Are there any particular pliers that you could get that would already take account of that kind of thing?
Yeah, pipe pliers.
Pipe pliers. So what are pipe pliers like?
You have that... They're like two jaws like that, but you can open them up like that.
Oh, do you screw that thing and
No, they're adjustables.
Okay, so it's not an adjustable plier.
Like a pair of pliers like that you...
Pair of pliers like that, yeah.
But you can open jaws out to a different width.
All right, and will they not... Oh, Donis is on the case. He's going to help us out here. I knew there were a reason we fetched him eventually. So Lynn says plastic nose pliers, and Vanessa says she used glue and then cloth to stop marking the metal before hammering. Good idea. Pat says, yes, fabric protects the metal fitting. Do you want to bring them round? Bring that round, please. Oh, gosh, he has to do one thing and that's it. Donis, no need to shout. Sharon uses cheap pliers and they don't mark them. So what is showing us here, so is this, what's it called? It's called, hang on, quick release water pump pliers. Oh, right. So just tell us how would that work?
Well, you put a bit of cloth between the jars
Yeah.
and you just squeeze it.
So why are those pliers better than the other ones?
Because you don't need as much force on if you've got bad hands or all like that.
Ah, so if you've got arthritis, they're going to do the job easier.
Yeah, because you can just do that.
Oh,
Instead of having to give it that on a small pair
It's
of
not
pliers.
as daft as we thought, is it? So yeah, you can kind of see they look a bit more angular in the arm bit, don't they? Hurry up, hurry up. Best do that just in case any of his man stuff turns up. You know what these fellas are like.
£8 off Amazon.
£8, right? Okay. Well, maybe have you got some of those, Donis? I bet you don't know where they are, do you? Right. We'll maybe get him to fish them out and I can have a go at them another night. So, yeah. So this here, what I will do is I will put something together for those. And then we've got other things that are in here. We've got a tuck lock, and someone mentioned the tuck lock. And then we've got attaching pads. And these are all the same kind of thing. Because can you see they've got holes in? And those holes, the feet are so up and down. So these, you've got that nice fastener there. Let me see if there's a different coloured one that might show up better. Ah, there we go. Does that one show up better? Can you see? I'm just trying to see if the light... Can you see the little holes in... No. This side here, you can see the holes. These great, like, leather, or faux leather things, they would, you know... you'd stitch through those onto your bag, so you're not having to do anything that's, you know, anything that's like with metal onto your bag. Right, who wants to see what? And we'll have a little play. Jill's tried the cloth but can't hold the cloth over the clasp and push the, well, she's using wool, push the tweed and into over the clasp. Then you have to press very hard with the pincers. Right, can't do it tonight because we're not organised for tonight, but I think we need to have a look at that and we need to see if we can get some proper information. So, Donis, could you please make a note that these things with the clasps, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So just put clasp set for ribbon key, and we're going to do a demo on that. We're going to find the correct way to do it, because there must be a proper and easy way to do that. Oh, Lizzie's going to send me a picture of the pins. I think that's just come through. Right. Jill says, thank you, one and all. Would love to know what works best. Hi, Sue Townsend. All to the plumbers tomorrow. You probably rise like Jamie Oliver when he does a Sainsbury's advert, isn't it? This sellout of something. Pen, maybe Empress will have an idea for pliers. Yeah, can you just put down, I'm going to ask Empress tomorrow about the pliers. Right, so, we've got all this bag stuff here, and I'm aware I'm not actually doing anything with it, but I want to show you something. I've showed you this before, and I'm going to show you it again. Not because I want you to buy this, but to show you what else I'm planning to do. So all this hardware that's knocking about here, and if you've got other ideas of things that you want to learn about, do drop a message in. But I put this together. I've shown you this before. It's called Inside Job. If you're already a bag maker and you have a fairish idea what you're doing, this is not for you. This is as basic, let me show you, as basic as a thing to do, right? It's that basic. I've got to kind of tilt so the light doesn't thing it. Cut a square, turn in hems, and hang on, Donis is on the job here. Right, universal socket wrench. I don't know what that means there, BB. Blah, blah, blah. Don't know. Right, let me show you this. This is on, is it on Amazon? Amazon, right, our friend Amazon. Oh, it's just whizzed off. He'll get it back. So, Inside Job. So, like here, I did some drawings, so like different pockets in bags and things like that. I did lots of kind of diagrams. So there was like doing letterbox zips and all that. It's really, really basic. I don't want anybody to think, oh, I must have that. It's essential for bag making. Like there's the magnetic bag fastener in there, all that. So I did that. absolute beginners for putting pockets in bags. It's kind of, I don't want it to be
Ignore that. It says
just
at
a
the top.
sec, patronising. I don't want people to be patronised by it. But you know, if you've never done anything like that, that is possibly for you. And I thought I might do something similar with these bag things. So if there's something that you want to know how to use, like these things, Pat, let me know and I will include them.
Ignore that top bracket.
Right,
there.
so ignore the top thing at the top. Right, yeah, I see where you're going there. Can you see here these pliers? And they've got the thing that the keychain thing there. So that's the pliers for the job. So what do you think's clever about them? These are...
They have an adjuster on there so you don't over tighten it, so you don't damage
Oh,
it.
right. That black screw that's sticking out... get the light. Can you see there's a black screw sticking out the side? So how would that work, Donis?
You adjust that so you don't over tighten it and crimp the thing too tight.
Right, so what would you do? Would that screw in and then it stops you from going beyond a certain distance? Ah.
And if you think you need a little bit more, screw it out a little bit.
Oh, right. Pen has a pair of those. Right, so that's quite useful, isn't it? So are these going to be as easy for arthritic hands to use as the one before?
The long handles.
Right, okay. So if we are going to go onto Amazon, can you find us something that we are going to look for? Hey. And that's going to solve that problem. So, Jules has sent a photo. I'll have a look at that. Jules has sent a photo to the exclusive group for pliers. Right, exclusive group. We've got some new names have come up on here. If you're not in the exclusive group already, just find it on Facebook, Quilting Antics exclusive group. Send an invite to join. We will accept you. And what's happening in there is people are sharing lots of their work. We're building that community is what we're doing. It's like a closed shop, and we can go. And if we see anybody who's doing things, they're out. So if anybody gets in that we don't want, they'll be ejected out of the house. But when we can sell things cheaper than our wholesalers would like, it will go in the exclusive group. So it's not public and we can do what we want. So if you're not in the exclusive group yet, do send an invitation to join.
They're called key fob pliers.
Let's have a look. Where does it say that? Look in the bar at the top. Get it in the thing. Key fob pliers. So that's what it says in the search bar, and that will get you for those
11
those pliers, £11. Right, and they're covered. So sorry, I've just noticed they've got a plastic cover on. Can you see that white plastic cover on the ends? Is that something that you leave on?
Yeah.
And
so you don't scratch.
So is that instead of putting a cloth on?
Yeah.
Well, you're really not as daft as I thought.
No. How are you?
Blimey heck. Right, now then, we have, I think it's Jane is waiting. Lynn, I have what I steal off my husband. Sharon says that's what she uses. Pen's got a pair of those. Brilliant. Right, I hope I haven't missed anybody's messages off. Oh, Pat, you need wide nose pliers. Silversmiths use them. That's worth thinking about too. Right, I did have a bag making question. So Jane has got our dolly bag pattern. Now I've got here, it's not the dolly bag, but it's the same kind of bag. Excuse me if there's rustling because I'm in my plastic bag down here. I'll just get the whole lot out. So this was the bag that we did in the bag club in November. We made this one, and it's exactly the same bag as the dolly bag. I'm getting this stuff in order. Here we are. It's a bit squashed because I've just got it out of the thing. So there you go. Dolly bag, exactly the same. We don't put pockets in because no one ever inspects ours anymore. But if you want to, you can do inside job if you need the extra help. So there, that's the bag, right? if you've got the dolly bag, the cow bag, the Whitby Heartbeat, the Three Peaks, they're all basically this bag just with different flap decoration. I don't think you need me to tell you about the flap decoration because a plique is a plique. So you will, let me put that to the side, you will start your bag by decorating your flap, okay? And the flap here, can you see there's a sewing line there? You will sew on your in-arm form. Now this should have been sewn before the in-arm form went in, but I forgot. So I did it afterwards. Doesn't matter, it's matching thread. That is going to make, can you see? It's going to make a fold. And that fold means that the bag will always fold at that place. I'm just looking in the other camera to try and get the, you see, I'm just giving it a little bit of help here. But you can see it's always going to fold there. Doesn't make a crease anywhere else except where it wants to go. So that's your flap. And then you want your pieces. So you've got your pattern. Now there's several versions of this pattern. You will need, for the front and back, you'll need 2 of these, right? And for the flap, you've got, sorry it's crumpled because it's been in my bag, you need 1 of these. Now if you're on the newer patterns, you may have these separate. If you're on an older pattern, what you might have, I'll just offset it so you can see, you might have a pattern that's got several lines on showing you the different places to cut, or it might say, it probably will say actually, extend, I think it's 3 inches, it says extend there, and that's because I couldn't fit this one on the page. Different variations of this pattern are different. Some of them we just gave you it as a half and then you double it and you open it up, but that's what you end up with. So you've got a front, a back and a flap. What you do for your outer, tack some, or tack, pin, whatever, your outer fabric on there. Have I got one done? I've got my outer fabric here, but it's not, here we go, look. So tack your outer fabric on, stitch it on, whatever you want. This is fusible, so you can iron it on, but I would also tack because ironing on its own might not be enough. So you put that on there, and you do the same for the back and front. And then you've also got a gusset. Now on the gusset, again, it's down to the length of the page that I've got. So you'll get a gusset drawing, which is kind of that, and then it tells you to extend it. There's also a little drawing on there so you can see what the finished thing looks like, because what you're looking for is this. Yeah, extend it on, join some paper together, newspaper, greaseproof paper, whatever it is you're using, tissue paper, professional expensive paper, it's up to you, right? And the gusset, you're going to put your outer fabric onto it, tack it again. Right, our gussets on these bags are always a little bit too long, and the reason they're a little bit too long is because if you make a boo-boo and you haven't got enough at the end, we've made sure you've got enough at the end. So I'm going to tell you now, this will be longer than you need to get around that curve. So how we're going to get around this is fold your gusset in half. In fact, I'll just dispense with the fabric because it's less waffing about. Fold your gusset in half, find the centre point. Fold your bag in half, find the centre point, and then begin sewing from the centre and sew outwards to the edge. If I can just get it kind of right, you'll be able to see. It's just a little bit too long. Can you see there? It's just a little bit too long. That's your insurance policy. So you may end up with a different amount at each side. Do not worry about that because no one's going to know. Just cut off that excess. So that is us making this project doable for all levels of stitcher. Now when you're tacking on, I've got one here. Here's one I prepared earlier. Can you see the stitch that we've used here? we've over sewn the edges, starting from the middle and going out to the edge, because if you just do a normal tacking stitch when you're bag making, oftentimes it's not enough. When you put that under the sewing machine, you know, your layers, you risk moving them. But if you over sew like this, it's going to be fine. Okay, so on this one here you can see that there's extra at the end, at each end. Yeah, I've gone from the middle out exactly, and so the extra that I've got at each end is about the same. As I say, yours should be. If it isn't, we're not even going to worry about that. Now, we've spoken before about using in-R form and doing seams and then cutting the in-R form out of the seam. For this particular bag, you don't need to, and so I would actually leave my tacking stitches in. You're really not going to notice that. So leave that tacking in, it's an extra layer of protection, and then you're going to sew your 1/4 inch seam with your machine round. Now, if you've been clever, your tacking stitch isn't going to come in more than 1/4 inch, so you won't see it on the right side. So, so that's your body of the bag made. You've got your flap. Follow the instructions because I might be jumping about all over here. Your flap, take that outer fabric off. It'll tell, I'm just holding it up, okay, so do read the instructions for where you're putting your right sides and your wrong sides. Excuse me. Line your flap up on the back of your bag, stitch it on, and then that will come over to the front. Your handles, if you're using wool, you don't need to use a wadding or anything. The wool is sufficient. I'm just going to show you using the gusset piece here, so it's not straight. So I'm just like thing. So turn in a 1/4 inch seam down here, and then bring the other side in and fold your neatened seam on top. If I move down, it looks a bit thicker and a bit more substantial. So Sue always stitches that, and she doesn't even pull it out later, she just stitches it. So fold in your second side. Whoops, I'm a bit ham-fisted, sorry, over my shoulder. And then bring your second side in, rest it on top so that your neatened edge is, I'm trying to look in the cameras and make sure that I'm showing you properly, so that your neatened edge is there. Sew down that edge and then come back and just with the width of your sewing machine foot, sew down each edge, and what you will end up with is, you probably can't see the stitching because I used a matching thread. I'm trying to get it, so, you can kind of see the creases down here and down here. So I've sewn down there another couple of times, so we've got the centre line sewing, and then there you can see the creases. Adds a bit of strength. Looks, you know, decorative, and it also keeps your edges sharp. Now, when you put that bag together, I'll switch back to my completed one. You've got one side, which is kind of where your seam is. The other side is neatened. Put your neatened side, right sides together with the bag outer, yeah? Obviously this one's stitched in, so it's going to be raw edges at the top. Right sides together. So when you've stitched around the top of the bag to hold your flap and your handles, yeah, once you've turned everything through, because you did right sides together when you stitched it, on completion, the neatened side, this one will be to the outer, and this one is the one that's going to be against your shoulder. So nobody's going to see that seam, it's going to be all inside. Your magnetic bag fastener, I can show you that if you want me to now, but you're going to put that on. You will put it on your bag before you put the lining in, and again on the top. We did, hang on, I forgot, read the instructions, I can't remember which order we did it well and babbling. So I'm hoping that that is kind of a good enough explanation to get you going on the process. I'll just pick my glasses up, which I've totally buried. Right, where are we? So, I'm just going to... oh, Pat says, thank you, Donis. Pen says, love the design on that bag. Thank you, Pen. That hasn't come out yet because the bag club were keeping it exclusive for a while, so it will come out. I'm not just sure when we're going to bring it out. Julia, does it say extend on the pattern? Yes, it does. Right, I've got the pattern for this bag here. Now, don't forget, there are several editions of this pattern, and off the top of my head, I don't know which one you've got. But on this one, can you see there's the arrows, and it says extend by 3 inches at the top. Yep. So you'll see the arrows and you'll know what to do there because you're ready for it. It's not difficult to make. You should be able to, you know, diddle it up. I'm just wondering if this one's got the... And when we say extend by 3 inches, just get some paper and sellotape it on. That's fine. That's all you need to do. As long as you can cut round it, or you could just draft it straight onto your fabric. You know, draw around with chalk or a removable pen and then extend. So what I might be tempted to do on my fabric is draw around the pattern piece and then use my ruler and draw another line above. However you do it doesn't matter, as long as you understand your own jargon. It doesn't matter how you do it. So, oh, hi Shirley, you're not late, you're fine. Pen, should you use a walking foot when sewing? Right, it very much depends on your machine. So the machine I've got, it's quite a heavy duty one, and that will get through thick layers. But I know that some of the smaller machines, you might just struggle and you might want to use a walking foot. So it's horses for courses. If you think your machine, if you think you need to use it, use it. And if you think you can get away with it, then get away with it. I was going to say something. On really thick parts, now I can't think on this bag, the really thick parts might be sewing through like multiple layers of your inner form and stuff. I hand wind my machine because I find if I just like press the foot pedal and you know all that noise it makes and then it stalls and you've broken your needle, hand wind over those really thick parts. And sometimes I just lift the foot and I jump it half a stitch as well. But just hand wind and that'll get you through the really yucky parts. So that's that bag there, and I'm hoping that, Jane, that's enough for you. If you're struggling, just message me. We can do whatever. Now I haven't seen Margaret's name tonight. Margaret hasn't popped up. Zoom class would be good for a bag. Pat, I was actually considering bringing this one out so we did it in the exclusive class. They got first dibs and all the rest. Maybe we could do that as a class. Do you fancy it? We could do it over Zoom. Let me know if you fancy it and I will put it on as a class because I am looking for what do you want to do in February, because I've done the block keeper this week. The etui box is Monday and I haven't got anything scheduled for February yet, so just let me know if you want what you want and that's what I'll schedule. Jacqueline, really helpful to see how to put a bag together, feel like giving it a go. Yeah. Pauline says that would be great. Right, I kind of set off here. I've got the sewing machine and I'd got everything thinking, oh, it's going to be a real doing session. Jessica would love it too. Do you know what? It's lovely to do these classes and Win, join in here, and Pat. We really get to know each other. You've got me for a day and I've got you for a day and we just chat just like friends, and I really like that. Okay, I shall put this one on in February and we'll do this as a Zoom class in February, which is great because the video's already done. So what do you reckon, Techie?
It's there, ready to go.
Let's do it then.
Yep.
Let's do it. Right, so I've been doing Mondays and Saturdays. They kind of work for me. So the people who are watching, what's best for you, a Monday or a Saturday? I mean, if there's enough interest, I could do more than one. Lynn, if you go on the website, there is the column of blue tabs down the left-hand side. Go on online classes. The block keeper class has passed, but the video is available. I just need to send it out, which is about hours in a day. you will get the pattern and you will get the video. The video is always a link on YouTube, and the reason that we do that, it's a private link, so you can only get it if you subscribe to the class, is because you don't have to download it. So if I send you a file that you've got to download onto your phone or your tablet or whatever, I'm going to use all your memory. So I'm giving you a link to go. You don't have to go, it takes you. You just click on the link, it takes you to YouTube, and you can see the private video there, and you can watch how it's done. So I've done it. You've got me waffling away. Tech there's despairing and pulling her hair out, and it kind of goes from there. So, we've got split decision, Saturdays and Mondays. Right, if there's enough of you that are interested, I don't mind doing both. So we don't miss out. So, right then. Whew. How long have I waffled for? I've waffled for ages, haven't I?
An hour.
So, evening Slim Jim, you're fading away. Well. Thank you. Either if I have... I can do a kit. I'm just looking. The grey may have to vary because I don't have enough of that particular grey. And it's not a cheap kit, but I will do a kit for you if you want. Leave it with me. Leave it with me. Let me have a little think. But I will put some dates on for February. And yeah, we can do that. We can. So it's quite a nice one was this, because I just used a grey because it's kind of, everyone likes grey nowadays, and it's a nice neutral, would suit as many people as possible. And then we did this. Maybe what I could do to keep the cost down is do a kit for the front and let you go your own way with, I mean, I can give you an option for that, but maybe I can do either or option, and then that would keep the cost down if I just did the... Leave it with me. I'll have a think and I'll put something on. But yeah, that's... So, right, there's a few of you there. Donis, could you pull these names off, please? And then I can tell these people when I've done it. I'm just going to go back up the messages a sec. Right, we have. Right, so I've gone back up as far as Pat Hansaker. So can you put Pat Hansaker?
Yeah.
Julia Tierney. So you spell Tierney, Tierney. Jackie Bond, would you like me to put your name down on the list? I know you've said you feel like giving it a go, but you're welcome to join the class if you want. Pauline Mugridge, Jessica Hom, Win, W-Y-N-N. Have you done Pauline Mugridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pauline Mugridge, Win, Sally Watson. Have you done Jessica Hom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophie Willis.
Yeah.
Jill Walters.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done Jules Makin? Makin or Makin? You still haven't told us, but if I get you in a class, you can tell me.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Bond. It's sawdust flying everywhere. And Pen Hewitt. So that's not, you haven't committed to be in the class, but because you've put your names on here, when I put it on the web page, I'll send you a link so that you can decide, so that you haven't committed to it, but I'm just going to let you know. Hope that sounds okay. The sawdust still whizzing round. Might be going.
Leave my sawdust alone. It's good sawdust.
It's lined many a rabbit hutch, hasn't it? Right. Mackin. Jules, it's pronounced Mackin. Right. You know, I'll probably forget that now. I won't. Right, okie dokes. So, does anybody have any other questions on bag making? Hopefully, I'll get a little bit more sorted for Secret Sewing Club on Saturday. Oh, next week on Thursday, I'm on Highlight Crafts. What am I doing? I'm doing a quilt. I'm doing... I've forgotten. I'm doing a load of stuff on Highlight Crafts. I'll put a post up and show you what I'm doing. But yeah, if anyone wants to watch, that'll be quite good. I love going down to Highlight. Last time I was there, I said I felt like I'd found my tribe. That's how I felt when I came away. It was just a really nice feeling. Oh, and I've also got my next Sewing Street day. There will be a charge for the class, but it's not a big one, Sophie. It's your pattern plus a small class fee, but it's not a lot. I think with the pattern, I think they come in at $19.95 or something like that. It's up to you. You can join or you can not join. And also, ladies, if you've got any of the other shapes of this bag, there is an option to do class only. So you might want to use the pattern that you've got and just do the class without me sending out a new pattern. Obviously, this is the one that will be the class, so you can get this one. But if you've got a pattern and you want to join just pattern only, if you look on the website, on the web page, it's like a red, just a red, I don't know, what's it say, something access only or something like that. That gets you in the class, and then in the comments section, you will write which class it is. Please don't join until I've put the classes up, because if you don't like the dates or anything, that's just going to be a bit of a nuisance, isn't it, for you? So I'll get the class loaded up. I'll send you private messages if you've already expressed an interest on here, up to now. If you're expressing interest after now, so I'm meaning really people who are watching, you know, on catch up, just send me a private message if you want, and we can chat. So yeah, that's about that. So oh, what time is the Wednesday group, please? It's not a group as such, it's just 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. We just come on, basically we just have a giggle. It might last 10 minutes, it might last half an hour, it might last an hour, and it's Work It Out Wednesday, and I just tell you what I'm up to, and I ask you, what should we do on a Friday? And then if you've got anything that you want to learn, and I'm not bothered whether it's our designs or somebody else's, if it's something I can help with, just let me know, and we can take it from there. I am looking to get Margaret from M Adams Bags on. I haven't seen a name on here tonight to get her in. Margaret is hoping to join in one of my lives, and I'm going up to Margaret's. Now, it was Valentine's Day, but my next my next Sewing Street visit is the 15th of February. Just sorted that this week, so we've had to alter my visit to Margaret to the following week, which is the 21st of February. In fact, thinking about it, I'm going to be a bit tight for Saturdays in February, but for the bag, I mean, because I'm going away, obviously. So, yeah, anyway, we're going to get Margaret in. Donis, wake up. Could you pass me that yellow, big yellow envelope there, please? Oh, bloody hell. Here he is. I think he's gone off the boil now. It's right, Tech's gone for it. Have you gone off the boil? Are you a bit
sawdust is worn out.
depleted of sawdust?
Yeah, it's all right.
So, I'm going to show you what I want to show you down the line. I haven't shown you this tonight, well, in action, should I say, deliberately, because I was hoping to see Margaret. But M Adams Designs has designed all this stuff. Now, Sue used this for the first time yesterday and loved it. Corner curve template for your bags. They're all different. Can you see they're all different sizes, different shapes? So that's there for your bags. You get your instructions in there. They're on Margaret's website, which is M hyphen, so takeaway sign, Adam Designs. So M, it's like Madam, but there's a hyphen between the M and the A. madamdesigns.com. And all these are on her website, and the templates are made by Crafty UK, so you know the good ones. So you've got there a corner curve template. You've got a turn lock gizmo, so that helps you to line up, you know, your bag fasteners, the turn lock bag fasteners. There's a pokey tool if you need a pokey tool. Sorry, trying to get not the glare on it. And then I really love these. So large zip overlay set. So if you want to put a zip in the middle of your bag, right, the centre bit, I don't know if you can tell there, comes out to make a hole. Oh, I can show you better on this side, look. But the beauty of them is, look in the middle there. I don't know if you can see the numbers, but the 0 is in the middle. So if you wanted to centre something and you want it to be like 5 inches from wherever, whatever, you put your 0 in the middle, and then you can count out how many inches you want to the side. So there's a large zip overlay, and then she does a small zip overlay. So this is for number 3 and number 4 size zips. That's those overlays. And then she does some smashing rulers. She does a long one and a short one. The long one is, let's have a look, 8, 16, about 17 inches long. So it's like 8.5 or 8 3/4 at each end from the 0 in the middle. And then there's a shorter one, which again, the 0 is in the middle, and that's about 12 inches. So it's about 5 3/4 inches at each side of the 0, which is there. So have a look on M. Adams Designs. Apparently, these are really good. So I took them down to see Charles at Empress, and he's got Sheila who works. So if you're watching, Sheila, say hello. And Julia's got the ruler, and they're a game changer. And Sheila went, love them. Love them. If Sheila loves them, Sheila's like this no-nonsense person. The most no-nonsense person that you've ever met. And she was like, love them. I've told somebody today to go and buy one. So if Sheila says they're great, they're great. Julia says they're great. She's got the ruler. It's a game changer. Sophie, would be nice if someone would give me a hand with my first bag. Let that be us, Sophie. And Janet loves our lives. We love you too, Janet. So, I want to get Margaret in, and Margaret is going to show us how to actually use all this great stuff. So, bag making stuff, hopefully we're going to be there, and we'll see where that journey takes us, because I think there's some mileage in there. But I'll shove that in there, or slide it in gently, should I say. I should stop shoving, shouldn't I? So, anyway, that's all the M. Adams stuff, so do feel free to have a look. Right, so no one's come up with any other suggestions of what you would like to see tonight. So if it's all the same, it's rather cold and getting a bit slippy again. So I'm going to love you and leave you. And 3 o'clock Wednesday, we'll do the live where you can tell me what you want to do next Friday. And yeah, we'll just have a giggle, eh?
Tech has a question for you.
Oh, go on then.
Is Potty Mouse
Do you know,
coming out?
I thought about Pots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pops, should I say. Right, just a sec. We've been having a little delve. Ho, 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 ho. New people, you'll love this. Oh, do you know what? I didn't send last week's out. I'm rubbish.
You're not very good, are you?
I'm not very good. Sorry,
You
we'll
were
get
late
it.
the week before as well.
Shh. So, in Poppy here, and if you haven't got your voucher, you will get it, don't worry. There is all the names of people who are top fans on our Facebook page. To become a top fan, you send Donis, shh. You comment on our post. If you comment enough, Meta will make you a top fan, and they'll award you that top fan badge. Once you're a top fan, your name will go in Poppy Potty Mouse, and the lucky person will be up for a £10 credit to use on our website. So, Pops, let's see what's in your pot tonight. Come on, Sarah. Are you going to...
Tech has a name, is she?
Oh, Tech. Come on, Tech.
Can she
Come
have
on,
a face as well?
You can have a face if you want. Look, Tech.
Don't know where I'm looking.
Go on then. Did you just want your moment there? Your 15 minutes of, well, your 15 seconds of fame. Woohoo! I'm going to pronounce this name properly. It's Jules McKin! Yay! You're going to get the tenner this week. So, right, I shall put you with the names that I need to remember. Isn't that bad? Sorry. It's a good bit of fun. So, yeah, you're going to get your £10 credit. And my problem is if I blink, then I've like forgotten and I need to come back to stuff. But anyway, so right, take it away. I'll see you all Wednesday. Oh no, I won't. I'll see you Sunday on Secret Sewing Club. So and I'll do baggy stuff on there as well, and we'll probably do some proper demos. Well, you know what we're like with demos, but we'll get there. Jules says, oh my goodness, thank you. Julia says, congratulations, as does Fiona and Janet. And Rosemary, and don't forget, if you're feeling a bit lonely in the winter and you want to join me for a Zoom class, Janet Earl, we are going to do that practice. Join me on a Zoom. If you don't know how to do it, we'll have a practice first. In fact, Janet, if I don't blink and forget it, do you want to have a little go when I get back in the house later? We could do that. So, don't let me forget. Write it on my hand. So, right. See you Sunday on the Secret Sewing Club. Wednesday on our little live. Thursday down at Highlight Crafts. I'll put a diary up. I can't remember, so I don't expect you to. Claire says, well done. So does Rosemary. Oh, Paula James. Hiya. Kim says, well done. Welcome, Kim. I hope you've enjoyed your first visit to our live, and we'll see you at our next one. Jules says, well done. So, must be well done all round. So, right. I'll see you Sunday.